Hey, so you want to know something interesting? When I launched this game, there were no eyes in the moon here. That's weird. I could have sworn I had disabled this stuff. I have reinstalled everything, but I haven't touched the settings, which I didn't have to do when I updated last time. Oh right, my house was destroyed. We'll have to get that done as well. So many things went wrong last time that I ended up spending most of the time in World 2. A place where some of you actually told me in the comments the reason so much was happening to us there is because we start out with negative reputation on that world. Almost as if this entity is angry that we've dredged up those memories. Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Minecraft Broken Script. Even in moments like this, where things are relatively quiet, the presence is still felt in changes to the geometry, like these blocks of bedrock floating in the sky, almost like surveillance drones watching us. The world corruption is apparent even when there's no entities about, which I do kind of live in fear of that thing from World 2 suddenly appearing here. I don't know if it's deliberate that it has only appeared there, but, well, you guys have been telling me that we haven't even seen the half of it. Things were moving really, really slow around here, but I'm hoping that things will get moving. Because look, that sun, well, actually, that non-existent sun is setting. Oh, you had told me that there were some things that didn't visually seem to be working. I went and changed some things around, reinstalled some stuff, and maybe that's one of them. It's like we have it as a light source, but not as a familiar source of comfort in the sky. No, now we just have this, which, actually, when we see it at this increased draw distance, sort of reminds me of the World's Fair site in New York. But, okay, before we have another home disaster, I really think I need to go and mess with the config settings. So let's go into Mods, Broken Script, Config. Let's disable VHS overlay because it's annoying. Enable chunk removal, false. That should stop us from losing our house again. Basically, all I'm trying to do is allow it to throw as much my way as possible without just making it so that I can't play the game. Because that's always been the issue, is that this mod is really slow. It wants you to play the game normally while allowing your world to fall apart around you. You can't do that while dealing with stuff like this, so let's smooth out our base. Oh, this one is really devious, sitting right up in the middle of a dip in the terrain. Okay. I've started leaving like a little dip so that it's more accessible later. I may actually just go back to my old strategy of using these as a way to get down. I might actually be able to use these void holes, as the config calls them, as a means of prospecting, which is a really funny thought. That's the cool thing, is that the creativity of Minecraft kind of gives you the opportunity to push back against the mechanics here by using it as an opportunity. Whoa. Huh. Clear day, and still thunderstorms in the forecast. Who could have thought? Oh my god, I need to get into the mines and get some more materials. It's small things like this. Did I leave that torch there? Okay, whatever effect this is, clearly isn't covered. It also clearly doesn't remove that sun effect, which actually seems black in the sky. Ah, with this effect and the fog and the sun being messed up? Alright, come on. Eat up and make me some new cows. We need to replenish your population after those void masses just tore through you. I also need a lot of XP. I want to get to level 30 because I want some Silk Touch. I have something in mind that I've wanted to do since the last part. Actually, it's getting dark. And instead of going to bed, I'm kind of thinking that it might be a good idea to just wait and see if the moon has changed. Okay, let's do that. Thank you for leaving the effect. That one, thankfully, doesn't stay for very long. Let's also get ourselves a roof over our head so that we don't have to deal with any more paranormal flooding. Moon still seems to be much the same. Ow, no. That was so weird. It was like something attacked me inside the waterfall. I know stuff like that just happens sometimes, but in context, it had my mind spinning for a second. In that moment when I had no visibility. Okay. Well, maybe something does come out by the light of the moon. Aw, man, I really regret trashing my reputation right before things got back on track here. Perhaps over time we can regain that trust. Really strange when you hear a cave noise on the surface, and that cave noise seems to be coming from your own under-construction, dilapidated house. Honestly, I spend some time away from it because I just get chills looking at this thing now. Seeing the water pouring all over it? Okay, we are not in any state to fight for XP right now. The only thing I can see is the glow of the spider's eyes, and they are numerous. There it is again. R2. Why is it that it always seems to appear on the edge of the water? Like it's contemplating the flow. But there do seem to be two types, the kind that spawn on the landscape and chase me down, and those that just kind of stand there and quietly watch. In any case, I'm content to just leave it. In the dark, it's the kind of thing that could so easily go unnoticed. The music just continues unabated. Actually, is it just me, or... Oh, never mind. For a second I didn't notice you, but you are slowly moving towards me. Okay, I am not really looking to die right now, but I'm not sure what options I have. You're actually fairly quick. I could try leaving for the Nether. I want the XP, but I don't want to get caught. Where is it? Where is it gone? I don't like this at all. There it is. I could just barely see it. There you are. There you are. There you are. I don't think sleeping's gonna help, or at least I don't want to bet on it. So let's head for the other Nether portal. I don't see it anymore. Perhaps it does go away by daylight, unlike the void masses. The fact that it's called R2 when we die is extremely interesting to me, because that to me almost surely indicates that it's some representation in another of Ramtidai. But they seem to have multiple instances. I'm telling you, whenever these black horses poke their head up, it always scares the bejesus out of me. But it's really strange that Ramtidai seems to have multiple expressions, almost as if they were split across different beings. I mean, that is just like another working theory in amid a bunch of them. But think about it, they appear differently depending on whether we use the name Null or Ramtidai in chat. They went by both names in the previous world. Another idea I had considered is that Ramtidai or Null are not actually here at all. That their image is just being used as a sort of puppet by the thing that came from the bedrock. But I don't think that's true either, because Null has spoken to us somewhat intelligently. Funnily enough, though, Ram hasn't really. So I wonder if Null is the continuation of who that person was, but when Ram appears, it's more of a ghost. Forget broken script. Base Minecraft is pretty creepy, huh? I'd forgotten how much I hate just being alone with no music in an empty mineshaft. Not even any mobs, not even any cave noises. Now this could be an album cover, come on. That's weird. I've never seen crystals grow on the outer edge of a geode before. That is how it is when you're just trying to play the game and wait for stuff to happen. You do a lot of exploring, which I'm not opposed to. A factor of these changing blocks is that these gravel blocks are falling all around me. Constantly. Yep. Doesn't matter when I'm in the mines, does it? Strangely enough, though, I haven't heard any mobs this entire time. Like, none. And I definitely haven't lit this place entirely. A mob spawner. Which makes it all the stranger that nothing is spawning. Oh, hey. Look at what spawned in a completely cleared dungeon. It's weird to see these things just appear anywhere. Was it here last time? I got teleported! Maybe that's not the worst thing. Look, I've been collecting tons and tons of track in that mine. I really don't want to lose this stuff, but as long as we stay here, we shouldn't. Why don't we just start laying this down? Okay, there we go. Now we pretty much just start running, but I'm thinking like, or actually no. Let's go back and try and collect some from the other tunnel. Some of you guys were telling me that there is actually more to be found in this world, that I should be checking the other tunnels. Here's the problem, I'd love to explore. It won't let me. I can't physically stay here for too long. I'll get teleported randomly. That's why building these rails is so important, so that I can get through these things as quickly as possible. Of course, you're going to need some powered rails, and I know just where to get some from the other side. The one that went like 3 or 4 times longer. And there we go, getting teleported right back to where we were, really. Well, no matter. We reclaimed a couple more stacks of rail, which we can put to use right where we were. I'm getting greedy. I'm getting really greedy, but can we try one more time? There we are. These appear to be consistent. So let's continue laying that track, I guess. Do we have enough iron to make a cart? Not in this moment. There's where we reached last time, which means that our next length of rail will be at least as long as this. We complete this project, that will kind of be the final automation of this teleport, won't it? It's just that it doesn't really help us for the other tunnels. Oh, hey, slimes. Alright, look, here's the deal now. I know for a fact that when I leave and reload this save, that teleport is going to be gone. Those teleports are super valuable to me, being able to reliably go where I want, especially when I'm doing construction there. So I think I'm in for a bit of a haul. I've only heard that thus far when breaking the hello blocks. This is really, really difficult to navigate, and it's making it a huge problem for me. There's another one! Oh my god! What?! Okay, just randomly kill me. Cool. I have so much in my inventory. Alright, well, we're utilizing cheats here. Config. Here's the new problem. I'm not even sure exactly where I died, but good god, no matter how much I disable, there's always just something new to completely screw this up. There we are. Thank you. Give, give, give. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jesus. And I don't think it's at all a coincidence that all disappeared to me right as I saw this thing. I'm also giving myself 2 diamond pickaxes. I had more, they just kind of vanished. So that was fun. I actually saw myself pick one of them up. Now where to from here? I wonder if the heartbeat wasn't this thing spawning in. Like if we didn't hear it at the exact moment. I gotta say though, the nature of Minecraft means that any fear in some of these events is lost just due to the annoyance of how much work it's costing. Which is why I have absolutely no problem cheating stuff in at this stage. Problem now is getting out of here. Huge pain. I think that was more than just a death. I think we've turned a corner. I'm not going to chase you down. I'm not. We want to rebuild our reputation. So let's leave you. That's you! And you're not attacking. We've never been observed this directly before. I mean, from a distance, yes, some of you have pointed out. But never like this. And as with most shadows on the back of our head in the dead of night, the best thing we can do is avert our gaze. You mostly don't seem to mind how close I get, how directly I look at you. I'm just not going to touch you. And I'm certainly not going to try to attack. Back into here. Oh my god! Well, you've done it again. You've done it again. So, reliable until just right now. Hey look, we got the null 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 achievement, cool. I'm just giving myself everything I lose from now on. There we go, that's the majority of what I had back. That's the thing, is the one thing I really cannot tolerate from games is just arbitrarily wasting your time like this, and it's the biggest thing that takes away from the creepiness for me. Stuff like this. Stuff like this should be incredibly scary, but instead I'm just constantly opening up the hood to disable some feature or change the game mode to give myself stuff back. Can't stand it. But actually, wait, we have an opportunity here, and now we don't. Or maybe we got what we wanted. I wanted to observe what would actually happen once the sun comes up. It seems you just disappear. Is that new? Well, you're back. And there's another of these teleports here. Or at least I'm assuming that's going to be around the corner. Things have definitely restarted at a much faster pace. But no, right now I'm trying to get to that cross in the distance. It's more than just a cross. I think it's made of that same teleport material. E0A0. B0C0. Okay, we have new things to try and type in. I've got to imagine that has some kind of meaning, right? Look, it almost feels like it's representing, like, signs indicating layers. Oh, there's two of you now. Hang on, I'm wondering right now if we can actually get you to teleport if you touch this. See some of our cobblestone to get ourselves elevated, so that you have to come this way. I actually have no idea if getting elevated would stop you. Like, can you move vertically even without anything to climb on? I don't know. I don't think this is working. Which makes sense. I'm pretty sure earlier a chicken just kind of walked through one of these things. Alright, well, we're not doing much for the time being. Hey there. Once more, I'm afraid to approach! And stuff like that is why. What sign have you left? Follow the noise. Well, that'll be difficult because I'm reading completely silent levels on OBS right now. Stuff is spawning just as I'm looking away. I'm trying to avoid bringing these things back by animals. But yep, I may have torn all this stuff down, but it's building it right back up. I don't even remember. Did I destroy a hello block there, or is that entirely appearing on its own? You disappeared. Does that mean the others have as well? God, things have really picked up the pace since we updated, huh? And there's another portal block. Alright, we'll finish up reconstruction a little bit later. For now, I've got other plans. Let's take it this way. We'll do it like this so that there's no chance of falling to our doom. Here's where we wanted to be. Once more, I'm in the stage of, I don't care about, like, cheating or anything like that. I just care about making sure we keep our stuff long enough to actually observe some of these changes. So, there you go. And let's start placing these down where we can. right back over here. Alright, I'm not going to try climbing through that cross until I finish building this rail system. But before I do that, I need to make some powered rails. Oh, you guys are back. My policy regarding this is essentially going to be that I won't spawn in stuff I didn't have before, but I will always recover what I had. I just need to be able to see those things coming, you know? And also, we need to start putting some gold on so we can make more of these rails. Gold is the main... What's happening? Oh, that wasn't even broken script doing something. That was just OneDrive being dumb. Thanks, Microsoft. Hey there, no. I'm just making some things so that I can subvert your will. I see you back there. You've come to my house now. And combined with the Minecraft soundtrack just lullabying away, it feels like a dream. Well, thank you. Are you trying to make up for almost making me lose this stuff before? Well, I appreciate it. Maybe this is a sign that we're restoring some of our goodwill. Okay. Let's back out and not look directly at you. The music of Minecraft was already so dreamlike, and I know that this introduces new soundtracks and modifications to the existing ones. But sometimes it really does feel like it's reaching out to you through that music. I think that music is probably the closest an artist can come to just making you feel a raw emotion, and, well, it speaks for itself. What else do I even need to say? Still don't trust you though, so... Okay, well that doesn't really warrant cheating. We have ways of dealing with this. However, wait. No, this is different. These are not the same back rooms. Maybe we'll want to remain on alert. Also, what is going on with our health right there, our hunger? I'll tell you what, you did break one of my jukeboxes before, so I'll help myself to that. Thank you very much. I'm really worried it's going to try and drop me out of the sky. Wait, is that... No. I was going to say, is that an exit portal right there? Which it actually might be. Well, that was easy. It's not the same one. I do wonder if it doesn't actually have something to do with reputation, whether you drop me in the water or over land. Okay, are you still there? Yes, you are! On the one hand, it feels like a friendly visit. You personally dropped off your gift. On the other, it's like a threat, because it's the corner of my own home that I am afraid to look at. Yep, there we are. Okay, I think we're gonna have to build in a similar... Oh, no, it's actually just right here. Okay, you and you. We're in creative, so it's not actually using any resources. Oop. There is a different teleport. Can we come on down? Oh, there's a thing. This looks so much like before, but just not. I guess it's just a little different. Maybe the angle we approach the block from also plays a role. Whee! This just keeps happening. And you left another sign. A blank one, but a sign nonetheless. I'm not going to touch this stuff anymore. I mean, you've screwed me over, but I've also learned my lesson. You're not necessarily my enemy, at the very least. You're not the cause of all this. Have I ever had this happen before, where it teleports me straight out of one null zone and into another? I don't know, but we're here now. I mean, it's not really worth the effort to construct another Catch Me platform right here, because it's gonna disappear when I load a save. So here's how we buy ourselves more construction time and test this. Place this here, move ourselves forward, we get a little bit of a boost from the beginning, and every 20 rails or so, we have this. And we do have to remember to push this back on the way back. But I'm thinking that if we can, have it like this, our return should be automated. Now, since we are committing to using creative for certain things, I'm thinking we can try something a little sneaky once all is said and done. Because I'm essentially lifting the rail from 2 tunnels down and bringing that over here in addition to everything else I built. It's just really tedious to have to restart construction at arbitrary points every once in a while. And arbitrary is kind of the name of the game with this. So I'm gonna do some shenanigans. Alright, back you go to the beginning. Why didn't that do anything? Why didn't that work? Why isn't that working on the way back? Am I gonna have to double these up? Okay. Alright, well in the meantime, you just come with me then. Oh, I was really... hang on, no. I was really curious to see if you were gonna tunnel through the bedrock. That miner, he can appear even there. You are really enjoying dropping me out of the sky today, aren't you? But there's so many opportunities that are going to be lost when I reload. That was the quickest teleport we've yet seen. Alright, let's test this system. Whoop. And then that should allow us to move a bit faster. Really, though, what I'm hoping for is that this allows me to send the cart back. There probably aren't going to be enough rails to get us all the way to the end, but it will at least enable us to reliably get to the teleport. I would love to. No, just tell me how. Just please tell me how. I really love how this has just been a constant back and forth of these horrors unraveling our reality and us finding ways to industrialize dealing with them. That's the cool thing. The not cool thing is being arbitrarily killed constantly, and this doesn't necessarily help. Wow. Okay, the way this works has completely changed on me. You know what that means. I don't have to feel bad about doing this. But here's what I'm thinking now. I wanted this to be something where we could sort of always get ourselves to the end, but it only helps for this tunnel, and it only helps for what's at the end of this tunnel. And it's teleporting us more and more frequently. So tell you what, I'm gonna make a breach right here. This is the tunnel immediately adjacent to us. What happens if we go down this way? Answer, it's probably just gonna teleport us again. Once we hit about 926, That'll be as far as our tunnel goes. Or at least, I thought it was. Yes, 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 yes. So this was the goal of our rail system. But as for this, I'm trying to use creative as little as possible, but at this point, with how many hours I put in, I am peeking under the hood a lot. This one, however, seems to be much like the one beside it, the one that went on for thousands of blocks. And really, I'm starting to wonder if it's not because of the fact that I'm in creative mode, that because I'm floating, it's not sure what to do. Or maybe it's just a coincidence that it's done that so many times in a row. Oh my god. Come on. These teleports are getting ridiculous. It's like it's directly responding to me doing this. You know what we could do? We could see if this new chamber actually takes us anywhere different. As expected, there is void here. But ultimately, I'm guessing that all it does is just nudge me over a bit, right? Yep. Oh, photo finish. Wow. If we go through this side of our starting tunnel, we can get into this one beside us, which is completely buried. And try doing that, but yeah, we can't even try anymore. We just can't even try anymore. There's another teleport in the adjacent tunnel. But it just does much the same thing. Okay. Tell you what, let's actually try that cross. This one we're gonna do in survival. No inventory, everything put away. Honestly, I'm probably gonna end up cheating some of my levels back. But let's do it. No, it doesn't seem to be fundamentally different from anything else we've seen. One theory I've also wondered about is that maybe the teleports back get faster, more rapid, if you've done it a lot. Because I've tried to be very proactive in this game, and so I'm often just cycling through these things trying to re-roll the teleports every time. It's doing it more quickly than ever, and I wonder if that's because I've been using creative to go through them more quickly. Oh, hey, you just randomly teleported me into the sky. See, this kind of thing is why we're using commands. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. And good God, that seems to be finally. The count is a little off on this thing, but I honestly can't be bothered to fix it right now. We're seemingly back. We are seemingly back. And now I really want to try enchanting another shovel or something. It did not give me what I wanted. Instead, what we're gonna do... Don't try and stop me from doing this. You know what I'm doing. You know what I'm doing. It's the same thing I did in the Nether and from the fog, sort of. Christ, this thing is expensive. Alright, we'll put this somewhere, I suppose, like right here. And we're going to stick you right there, and you right there. Now we have a Silk Touch shovel, and all of this was only so we could do this. Gonna need a little bit of grass from here, as much as possible. That's not one of my chests. It's another. You've given me so many diamonds. I have like 50 diamonds, and that's after I've used them to build a bunch of things in this part. Okay, let's give this back. Oh, okay. Okay, sure. Well, hey, at least it's flooded. So I'm pretty sure I distinctly remember turning this off. Good luck. Oh, are you turning the day off again? Are you gonna get stuck again? Well, whatever. We're rebuilding this in creative. One of the things it placed down was an obsidian block, so I'm guessing what really happened here was lava spawned, and then it burned the house down, starting from here. It's just the pre-existing waterfall saved it. Here's something for out there. And if we see R2 again, I have another idea. Well, you things, I don't remember what you're actually called. If I did, and if I knew your exact name, I could do what I'm trying to do. But for now, I'm going to head straight to the portal chamber, and in the meantime, we'll have an opportunity to check out the new building. That sign just said null, repeating. Yes, 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 yes. All right, all right, all right. I know what I'm doing, but the sun is coming up soon, so we'll have to work fast. No entity was found. Interesting. It also probably would have damaged my reputation just a bit. That sheep scared the crap out of me. Hey, we turned this off. Do you remember? Do you remember when I went into the config and turned off this? What is going on? Right, in. Here we are. This is what we wanted. Where is our elevator? Right here. Oop, oh my god. Oh, it is so dark. What is going on down there? Oh, okay. No, I thought it had completely replaced the landscape, but it just did this effect without me noticing. That's creepy. It almost looked like some kind of Technicolor landscape. I almost thought for a second that you were trying to beat me to the punch. Okay, well, I'm not gonna wait for this to go away, because it might teleport me before then. Let's just start placing these grass blocks everywhere we can. Particularly everywhere there's light. This place used to be light all the time, but that's not been true for some time. It's right here, a nice big oasis. But we want to spread it out. I'm not sure to what extent it actually requires light to grow, but we do know that things can grow here, as evidenced by the trees. It also doesn't need to be dug into the ground like I've been doing. The more we have, the more it should be spread. Help. You have a funny way of asking for help. Just kind of spreading this everywhere I can, and it looks like it's starting. This is going to be a lush landscape before we know it, and there's nothing Null can do. And of course, it was all set in stone from the moment we started growing our Null potatoes. Yeah, you don't like this. I do wonder if this actually counts as interfering with your blocks. But let's start baking some, I'm hungry. My main goal right now is to stay here for as long as possible. Just give it time to spread. Can we sleep here? No. But we can pretend. After everything we've been through, there's something that just feels so right about taking this world that's defined by its stasis and bringing life to it, of bringing change. You're asking for help, well, maybe this could be one way of doing it. This would have worked a lot better before when there was actual daylight here, even with no obvious source. Unfortunately now, this will only really spread to wherever we have torches. Good thing we brought in trees so that we'd have the infrastructure to make those things keep respawning. Still, our seeds are spreading, and it's starting to slowly but surely overtake at least our own little area here. There's something so incredibly satisfying about this, like paving over a huge stretch of Factorio. You know, I really wonder if you're able to show up and just kind of start watching me the way you would in the overworld. Like, are events actually locked here? Well, that's something we can only find out by sticking around. I remember back in the early alpha days, this was like 2010, in like the first base I ever built, I wanted to have grass on my roof, but there was no way to actually get it there, and I just had to build a staircase of dirt from the terrain up to there and wait for it to grow. I guess in some ways we're more privileged, but in some ways it really hasn't gotten much easier. And we've been teleported back. Straight into the jaws of that thing, so that's fun. Alright, can we sleep and get you to go away? I keep forgetting that used to not really be an option. Oh! Are you also trying to... never mind, that's where I took those things from. I was gonna say, are you also trying to turn my world into dirt as a retaliation? Come on, away from the cows, please. Oh hey, I think R2 is right there. Some bedrock spawning. Yep. Yep. It's all going off the rails. Also, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's an ice cream truck outside, so it's all perfect irony. R2. Yep, this is one of those mob events. You know what? We're actually pretty close to the towers. What happens if we try to climb them? Oh, also... there's a brand new teleport chamber here. And something else has just spawned there. Is that a wooden structure? Okay, we're gonna explore that. More diamonds! It just keeps giving them to me. I'm getting really mixed messages from you, Null. I'm assuming that we have to have a good reputation by now. But bad stuff just keeps happening to me. That's a new sound. Okay. Will you try and climb the waterfall? Also, where's your buddy? There were two of you a second ago. I don't think you are, but what a bizarre situation. You're turning to face me like you've gone parallel to the ground. And we're pushing you down into the ground as we get lower. There's your friend, the way you just silently creep out from beneath the tree. Like hungry dogs waiting for prey to drop down. Well, we've learned your weakness. I think there may even be a third one out there, but it's kind of hard to see. Or it could be one of your crosses. No, there's something else! Not only do you have the missing texture, but you're leaving a trail of things behind you. Wait. Oh, wait, you're not just a smear. You're a moving player with, like, branching pixels coming out of your head. Oh, you're like one of those monsters from The Last of Us. Which entity are you? Here's the thing. I kind of want to get killed by this thing. I kind of want to get killed by this thing so that I can learn what it is. Tell you what. Easy come, easy go, right? It gave us 10 diamonds. This was free. We had plenty more. If I can just toss them into that pool so I know exactly where they are. And then drop down! Drop down! No, I don't want them. I specifically don't want them. Is this just what it does? Killed by R2. No, let me get back there. I wanted to be killed by that thing so I could learn its name. Let's jump over that hole. None of you have despawned. And even when the sound goes, the corruption is still present. Oh my... The sun was behaving weirdly. I mean, not just the obvious, it was seemingly resetting even before it went back. It's enough to partially burn the monsters on the horizon. Okay, we're taking the nether portal back, which may not be wise. Every once in a while, this thing just goes absolutely insane, throwing everything at you at once. But I think it's safe to say progression is back. Hey kid, catch. Okay, so what's next on the docket? We're gonna want to store these diamonds, of which we now have very many. Does our house look okay? Anytime we return, there's no guarantee it'll be the same as we left it. 54 diamonds in there. And I'm gonna head on over to that wooden structure that appeared. There's a nether portal inside here, some glowstone. And you guys, so we're gonna want to make this quick. Is there an entrance, or are we gonna have to break in? Looks like we're doing this the hard way. It's a base. And it's full of these null items, just like on World 2. I think the void masses are going to be catching up with us pretty shortly. Look, watch the way the sun moves when we're in this back and forth state. Now I'm worried about leaving the world because I'm worried that if I do, it'll break it. Well, if it tries to save like this. Oh, I need to go find my clock. I need to see what it's doing. You're spawning more cobblestone all around my base. I'm pretty sure it knows where you spend your time. It uses that to determine where your base is to focus its griefing. What did I do with my clock? Right there. It's just rocking back and forth. Like, even the way it screws up isn't necessarily consistent. You know what? Thank you for setting me on fire right there. That actually kind of jolted me in a way that I noticed the creeper. Oh, hey, another one of these. Plop. There we go. You. As soon as we step in there, we're going to be in danger of being cornered by this thing. Because they pass through walls. Okay, collect all those skeleton guts. Wait, there's a sign. Blackout room. This is just like the base on the other world. But it seems to belong to someone else. Overlord's room. We're getting new names. We're getting new names to try. Music disc 14. Weird block. It's getting close. It's killing the creepers out there. We'll come back to this a little later. Yep, I made the right call. You're spawning new nether entities in the forest over there. Well, hey, at least it's some contrast to light my way. All you're doing is making it easier to lead myself home. We did get a jukebox from the back rooms, so let's give it a listen. It's like a highly compressed recording of early Minecraft sounds, what the game used to sound like. That's the kind of thing that I wouldn't even think of, but yeah, even the sounds have changed so much. The lighting, the textures. If you just played continuously for the entire time, it's a lot of changes that you may not have even noticed as they're happening. But then you look back and realize that this game is very different from how it used to be. And I mean, those are the sounds that you often wouldn't be paying attention to. You'd be focused on whatever task you were doing, like mining, crafting, building. But when you really look back, you spent a lot of time just listening to the repetitive sounds over and over. I mean, look at the stuff I cut from this series, all the time spent doing that strip mining. Hey there. That was strange. It was almost like we were both running, and as we came to see each other on the other side of the water, we kind of turned and locked eyes with each other, almost as if we're just players on a server who happened to run into each other and went, oh, hi. It's like he really has joined now. Alright, Blackout, Overlord, their nether portal, clan info! Welcome to the best clan on the server. We always welcome new players. We can give you resources too. If you want to join us, read clan rules and ask. Blackout. So is Blackout the clan leader? Rules: don't insult other clan members. Play minimum 1 hour per day. Don't grief. If Blackout doesn't say so. Don't steal other members' resources. Be active. Have fun. I would have thought nothing of at least 1 hour per day back then, but now I am, like, personally insulted by how aggravating that is. Wait, wasn't there something on World 2 about another clan, about having their base stolen or the Discord down? I think another echo of that same server has made its way into our world. It's another of these things. Oh, come on, now is not the time. I'm not going to be able to read like this, and those things are going to show up. Are they still here, though? It's actually been a little while. I can't see a thing. Maybe I'm safer inside? I can't tell what those lights are on the horizon. The game seems to still think it's night right now because you're still trying to attack me. Thanks for the help, Creeper. A new structure has spawned. But I just can't see anything right now. I see you over there. Unfortunately, you're trying to stop my vision. You're actually still there. You've gone stereoscopic. That's what's happening. I hadn't even realized, but that's what it's doing. It's going into stereoscopic 3D mode. Unfortunately, I don't have a pair of glasses. It's like you're being split across the color spectrum when we see you like this. Oh my... I should not have gotten so close. I know you do that. There's a little sandstone structure right here, but it doesn't seem to have much in it. I'm just trying to walk around and kill as much time as I can in between all these new discoveries that it's just thrust onto me. I think I just saw a creeper disappear. I mean, this base is actually really comfy, especially for the things that this spawns. But I have to say, it's unnerving that it never had any door to begin with. Okay. What is it? I don't know. I found it in some cave and moved it here, using pistons. Wow, that would have been an operation. By the way, where's Blackout? So what happened didn't just happen to the cast we already know, it also eventually made its way to their rival clan. Alright, what happens if we enter the Nether here? Ah, it's actually close enough that it uses the one we already built. I kind of figured that might happen. Well, that makes things a little easier for us. Unfortunately, it means that now even this portal doesn't have a reliable destination. Alright, next up, that other wooden structure with the mossy trim. This one is kind enough to have a door, which means there's an intended path. There's some red planks beneath this. Does that indicate that this is a trap? Yep! Never actually encountered one of these before, but it's a good thing I saw that. That one was a bit more malicious. Look at that. That blew a huge chunk out of the environment. And another one has spawned right here. Well, now knowing what we know, Can we have a peek and see what's down here? But I imagine it's gonna pull the exact same trick, right? Looks like... Oh, they're not planks, it's just the texture of the TNT. Okie dokie, well, I'll take that for free. Oh, never mind, you have a contingency plan for if somebody does that, and unfortunately, I don't. I have no run ability. Okie dokie, how about we try this then? Just a little closer, and... That practically seemed to wait for you to go by. But I don't think it would have done much anyway. Hey, tell you what, do you want to... Oh no, I plugged that one up. I was going to see if I could get you to fall. But I imagine your pathfinding is better than that. Yeah, arrows don't work, explosions don't work. I haven't found much that'll work against you other than just getting away. What strange weather we're having. Well, that was short-lived. We're still doing this, I guess. Look, I need to go put down my watch. Because I want to try something. Yeah, right over my base. Keep doing that. And it's the same thing that happens pretty much any time we have new names to try. We've got to find out if these things are still around in some way. So if we just put you over here and make sure we minimize destruction to our base, which seems to be this thing's goal lately. Okay, I think that was the thing out there, but for a second it was kind of like Null was sleeping in my bed. Like some kind of demonic Goldilocks. Oh, hey, no, I wasn't talking about you. Oh, these things are everywhere. There's a new structure. Oh, there's a new structure. Let's go see what it is. You are making it harder for me to see what it is. Glass pillar. Okay, I know you're still chasing me, so let's try it like this. Nothing. Are you not still chasing me? Either way, there doesn't seem to be anything coming. Oh, I also read a suggestion. I don't think it'll do anything, but I can ask. What happened to you? Nothing, but imagine if I wanted the story, all I had to do was ask. Oh, hey, bud. Will you follow me onto water? You will not. Oh, we're learning about these entities and their limitations. It's strange that they have limitations. Oh, never mind. Never mind. You're averse to it, but you won't necessarily not do it. What is this? It's like you're stuck there. Look at that. I'm actually seeing this be created as we watch. Wanna do your thing? Whoa! Was that just a coincidence? A lightning strike just at that moment? For a second, it looked like there was someone standing on those stairs. No! I'm sorry, but you left me no choice but to get close. A dark and stormy night is the perfect time for a modern ghost story as well as an old one. Oh, what is this now? I swear, you go hours with nothing and then it just doesn't let up. I suppose it's essentially a power plant. There's that chunk error that was created. That's something that's interesting. These blocks which block light, the ones that we learned were there in the destruction of the original clan base. They disappear when we get close. It doesn't just remove the blocks in a grid, it creates like a permanent error, a place where light doesn't want to touch. Hey, it's doing that thing again where there's just tons and tons of you. If I get closer, are you really real? Some of you are. Some, but not all. Most. Tell you what, I don't think I've ever kicked a pillager out of the world before. Come on, no, come on, get down there. Oh, don't leap over it. Don't leap over it. There you go. That's all I wanted. Oh, hey. I would rather you get me than them. Well, looks like we don't have a choice. Let's see where this takes us. Back here, who could have thought? Storm's even here. Listen to that. I hadn't even thought of this. Because our entire sky is just the back rooms covering the entire area, even when it's raining and storming, it never reaches the ground. That is haunting, especially since this is the same realm where in part 1 we just wandered in the rain for so long, but that was above that wall. Well, it does seem like our grass is spreading. But right now I feel more like a refugee from my own world. Like I came here to hide, which is exactly what happened. This soundtrack that plays in the alternate dimensions has kind of come to define how I view the entire experience. It's depressed, it's melancholy, it's distant like a memory, and yet it's foreboding. It feels like, honestly, an old ghost that's watching me from the shadows, waiting to do something, not even out of malice, but simply because that's what it does. The feeling of intrusion that I got on World 2 has kind of extended to mine. Weird how when Null joins me so directly, I feel like the intruder. Oh, look at that, the grass is even growing downward. Maybe that is the ultimate plan. Maybe, in the end, we've just swapped places. Well, since I'm seemingly stuck here in this increasingly lush netherworld for the time being, why don't we go back to World 2 and try to apply some of the context that we've learned? Of course, that's all easier said than done, with a large portion of this base being broken now. Should be nothing we can't handle. Gonna have to construct stairs just to move around in this base. What happened to the chat? I don't know, Discord server got deleted too? Yeah, they stole our old base. So I'm presuming that that other clan is what they were talking about. I'm guessing then that what we have here is simply a fragment of the old world, while the base that we explored in ours was also around here. I was thinking that it didn't make sense that so much of this was so isolated when so many people were playing for such a length of time. You. Whatever you are. I think you're what's at the end of this. I can even see eyes in the corners. Even the splash seems to be messed up, like it's trying to show something that it can't simply render. Okay, back to here for a while. A lot has happened. I'm thinking that this will probably end up being shorter. I really do just want to push this out so that you know that this isn't over. We've gotten a great deal of additional information with regards to this clan, and it seems like Null is more willing than ever to help me see. I'm sorry, I was just using creative to get myself out of there in the dark. I've never seen you here before. But I'm not going that way, and I'm not looking to disturb you any further. It's so weird seeing light from one window and dark from another. But I don't believe Noah will follow me. He always just stands there. Hey, buddy! Whoa! My vision cuts through the water in a circle around you. Like I can see the ground. There's all of creation down there. No, let's see where this goes. Are more blocks not going to be broken? There's, oh, look at that, another water column being placed before our eyes. And I think something new beside it. Alright, let's get ready to head over there. We need to move fast once that happens. Unfortunately, you're in the way of the easiest way to do that. So, drop down. You're going to start coming this way. We're going to start going this way. The game still considers it night because there's skeletons right there, yep. And I don't really feel confident in jumping from here. Oh, look at everything going on down there. Hey guys. Yep. You just continue struggling with that. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm gonna have to make a run. Go, go, go. It seems pretty inconsistent as to whether the daylight actually kills you. Got a bit more food in us now. Unfortunately, the sound of the water pouring over us is never going away, but it makes for some decent views, well, until the stone ruined it. You know, that stone always seems to appear where the water flows are, like there's actual erosion happening on the world. Like hundreds or thousands of years are passing when it feels like only hours. Well, it certainly mirrors the glacial pace of the game. But in this fog, it's going to be kind of hard for me to see what structure I was just heading towards. Right here. Just about everything that you spawn has a way of feeling like a shrine, huh? Potentially an issue with those things out there! You know, every time that screen has showed up, I've been trying to see if you could, like a magic eye puzzle, make out something in those red splotches, but I've never actually been able to see anything. Now, why is the exterior of this stone? Wait, actually that's 2 underscores, too. But still no response that I can see. It seems we're at another dead end. But if we've learned anything, it's that they'll come to us. Yep, these behave the same way in our world as they did in theirs. Normally I'd probably play for a couple hours more, but things have been really wild here. And I do want to get this up as soon as possible, just so that you guys know that things are still happening here, and happening they are. I've never seen it get this crazy before. Oh wait, there's one more name that I forgot to try, because it's on the door that I came in through. Catfish 12. Okay, I think that was just the day cycling. Well, I think here would be a nice place to spend the night. Although I'm not sure quite what sleeping does in a time like this. My world is not really feeling like my own anymore, and the more I play, every time I learn a new name, I feel like a new set of eyes is staring at me when I'm not looking. If anything, Null is the closest thing I have to a friend here. He's reaching out more and more directly. But I think we just have to keep playing in order to see where else it leads us. Null is essentially the ghost of this old server, but every time I type in a name and it doesn't return a response, it makes me think that they are truly gone. Or they're someplace where they're not able to respond. Maybe Null doesn't even want to acknowledge them, but hey, we're relatively safe for now. This just isn't going to stop anytime soon, is it? I really hope we haven't gotten broken all over again. What I want to know now is what happened between these clans. Because clearly they had some kind of rivalry, something about a base being stolen. And ultimately, one fell victim first, and then the other to the thing from the bedrock. But something I've been thinking for this entire time is, was Null in some way partly responsible for the downfall? I mean, he cast blame on Circuit, whoever that is. But this integrity... Well, when was it discovered by Null? He was clearly the first to know. Maybe he was used in some way as an infiltrator, either to get into the world by blowing through that trunk error in the first place, or to infiltrate, like, the group in general. They were the first to go, and soon after their disappearance, I guess Blackout's clan went too. The more of this story we learn, the more empty spaces and gaps there are in between those bits of information. But it does constantly paint a clearer picture, and at the very least, gives us an idea of where we should be looking, what questions we should be asking. But asking those questions is going to have to wait Until next time. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this mod out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.